We are here. We've got Chester online. We've got Emily, Sid, Jim, and myself in Tequilas. And we are... I said Christine, didn't I?
I didn't hear.
Damn it. Me, Christine, Emily, and Sid. Let's do that again. Just everybody forget you saw that part.
Immortalized on the internet.
Yeah. Forever knowing.
The jury will ignore that last comment.
You can see that this is really a fine oiled machine here at the Computer Club, which we're at. This is the San Carlos Computer Club. I'm Scott Stimson from International Computer Solutions. I'm here in Tequilas with Christine, Jim, Emily, and Sid, and we just had Jim join Chester online with us now, live in progress. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
My hair's messy is because I was in the convertible with Jim.
Did you guys come together? Oh, all right. Yeah. Awesome.
Where's your buggy?
We brought the Subaru. I loaded up the wrong car. I mean, at least I remembered the microphones. We would have taken the Subaru, but I loaded up the wrong car. Yeah, we'll take the Subaru. Well, I was just opening up the document of possible topics that I send out each week, so we have some sort of guide to kind of guide us through our discussions. I'm find all the topics this week that I've wiped a clean slate, put a whole bunch of new stuff, and I like all the topics. I hope you guys do as well. At least find them relevant to what we're doing. Indeed. I'm dropping a link in the chat in case you want to bring up this document easy enough. It's right there. And as usual, the most important things to our meeting is what you guys are dealing with, questions and news and topics you guys want to share. And Chester's already got his hand up. And Cheryl's joining us too. Welcome, Cheryl. We're just getting started here. Chester, what's your question?
Well, as you're aware, we've had difficulty with getting Photoshop to work online. And I am wondering if there is a free photo editing program that is similar to Photoshop that would do the same good job.
Well, Chester, this is a topic that we've talked about off and on throughout the years. There is, well, in my mind, just offhand, unless somebody else wants to recommend something, I can think of GIMP, which is not at all like Photoshop, does exactly the same thing, and you can't bring very much of your Photoshop experience to it. You are basically learning a new photo editing software. It's very powerful, but it's not, it's one that's easier to tackle in this day and age because of the internet. Because there is so much information out there. You can literally go to Google and you can ask, how can I do blah, blah, blah in GIMP? And it will give you the GIMP instructions. What are you looking for?
No, nothing.
Okay.
I don't like not being able to see your screen.
Oh, well, then you have to move over here if you want to look at my screen.
I'm already committed to this spot.
Okay. So GIMP is one that's easy for me to recommend only because I've put in the hours of work to translate whatever Photoshop skill I had into GIMP skill. But if you are a heavy Photoshop user, it's a hard transition. The internet makes it so much easier.
Okay, give me that name again. I didn't get it.
It's GIMP, GIMP. It's Graphic Image Manipulation Program, GIMP.
Okay, thank you.
And again, I don't think that's a great Photoshop recommendation. I'm trying to remember we had a great, is it Photopia? I think that's it. We had a great Photoshop recommendation. I think it's
the reason why I'm asking, I have agreed again to help with the directory for the yacht club.
Oh, really?
I did that a couple of years ago, and I've agreed to help again. And I need to massage the photos of the membership.
That's cool. Well, this is the one I think if you were a Photoshop person, this is the free one that would give you probably the best representation of Photoshop. It's called Photopea, Photopea. And I've used this before. I haven't used it recently. It's a web-based Photoshop, and it
Oh,
supports.
that's TTOTEA.
Can you see me on your screen? I've got it in front of me now. It's
Oh,
P in photo, Photopea. Yeah, you see that? And it's all online. I can't actually. There's advertising in it, so let me full screen this for a second.
Anytime I have to mess around with an image, I just look up photo editor free and click the first link.
Yeah. So I'm going to start a Facebook page cover maybe. They've got templates you can choose from. But the significant thing here would be you would find tools in the same places. I don't know if
that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I don't know if you're looking at my screen right now, but you'll see this tool bar on the left looks very similar. And you would find menu items that are almost identical to Photoshop.
Would you put that up again, please?
Well, what is it?
The spelling.
Oh, P as in photo. It's photo. It's the word photo with the word P attached, like sweet pea. So it's Photopea. It's PHOTOPEA.com. And it's an in-browser app. So what you do is you bring your project to the browser. But it runs in browser. It's not on their site. The whole client. Gosh, isn't it amazing where we are with?
It's not on your hard drive. That's nice.
It's not on your hard drive, and it's not stored. Your stuff stored on your hard drive, but the client.
You do it online.
Right. So
okay, thanks.
Yeah, you go to it online. You download it into your web browser, but then you use it there as the program in your web browser.
Okay, do you know of one like that is you pay for?
Photoshop. Photoshop's the only one I can think of offhand. Well, I mean, you used to be a Macintosh person. They've got a fairly decent, but no, the problem with Photoshop set a standard in the way you would use tools and the language you would use to talk about what you're doing with photos. They set a standard, and it's hard to get out of. I mean, each one of these image manipulation programs, since they can have their own way of doing things, or they can adopt some of the same language as Photoshop. But if you're a hardcore Photoshop user, it's really hard to move on to another piece of software.
Okay.
In fact, you might want to talk to Richard at some point. You know, he does photos for the work he does. He does web work, very similar kind of web work I'll do at times. And he does a lot more photography stuff. He's more into photos than he is into internet technology. And he does Photoshop. He's been using an old copy of Photoshop 6 that he runs in an emulator on Linux. And you might be looking to go backwards instead of forwards with Photoshop. You might be looking at trying to run it in an emulator.
That's exciting. I love emulators.
Emily's smiling. Might be able to use like a virtual machine on your Macintosh, or on your laptop, on your Windows computer, to run an old version of Windows, like a Windows XP version, and then install an old version of Photoshop in that, which is absolutely the same tool, just, that classic look, that version 6 look. You might be looking at a solution like that, Chester.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'll figure something out.
All right. And we could always look at that Photoshop. I think it's the version that you're using, though, that has become an issue. I bet. Yeah. Hey, Bill's with us. Welcome, Bill.
Yay!
We were just talking about Photoshop alternatives. I don't know if anybody else out there has any suggestions. Mac has a good photo program in it. You know, Windows has been adding features to their old but new again photo program that you can find some basic stuff like cropping, and they've got the intelligent touch-up wand in there, so you can just like change all your lighting.
Enough for me. I don't do anything.
Yeah, I think you can do some layering in it too. Well, and you can do layering in Paint. It's just the moment you drop the layer, it's all the same layer. It's got one layer in Paint. It's multi-layered in a select cop paste mode. Okay, I don't know. Has anything changed about our Meet chat? You folks that joined us late, can you see the link to our document? I don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and add it again just in case. The document of possible topics. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick in Photoshop replacements with Chester. For alternatives. And we're talking about Photopea, which I think is probably the best if you're a Photoshop person. And I love using GIMP, but you're almost better off not having any Photoshop experience before getting into GIMP. It'll slow you down. What are you laughing at?
No, sorry. I just love it. I just love it when the best way to get into a website is to not have
Previous
experience.
experience. Well, I've got a list of topics I find very entertaining, and I hope you guys do too. And unless there's any other questions or topics to bring, I know Bill's on here now. Bill, you got anything you want to chime in? Or Jim, you got anything you want to chime in with?
Not yet.
All right. Well, then I wanted you guys to check this out. The new news, I put this in a different order, but the new news is I want to talk about Jeffrey Epstein in a tech way. This is definitely a tech topic.
Mhm.
Apparently, since October of last year, there is a group out there that has created Jmail. Jmail, not Gmail, Jmail, J for Jeffrey.
Hmm.
And what they've done is they have taken the publicly disclosed, legally disclosed Jeffrey Epstein files and formatted them into a Gmail interface. They have complete control over it.
Jmail for Jeffrey email.
That's right. Who's trying to get in here? Oh, Richard's trying to get in here. So I didn't know this was going on until the other article that I've chosen here. But this is a Jmail experience. It's a Gmail experience. And what I love about it is if you have, this is designed for people that have a vested interest in what might be in those files. You have your cousin or your boss or your whoever that you're curious about. You can go to this and search it like you would search your Gmail, right? You like what was he saying last Tuesday? You go to your Gmail and you start looking through dates. You start. Wouldn't that be funny? So Jmail has existed, and throughout the last couple of months, they've added on to it. There's a J drive, so you can go searching through a J drive that is full of PDFs and documents and screenshots and all kinds of stuff. All that's been publicly disclosed to the people in a G drive style called J drive.
But not redacted.
Oh, only the legally publicly, like you're not going to find information that hasn't been publicly disclosed. But we're talking about millions of documents of information. They have photos now, so you can go to a J Photos and you can flip through it like you're looking through your G Photos, your Google Photos. You can look through your Jeffrey Epstein photos. And what they've added, the reason I didn't know any of this was going on until this was released. This other article that I've got talks about how they've just released JeffTube. And JeffTube is a YouTube interface to all of his videos. All the videos that have been publicly disclosed through these records. So you can go, and it's silly GIFs. It's garbage that we pass each other on the internet, that we share in email and in messengers, right? But it's also like redacted 14-year-olds running around his kitchen, right? They've got black boxes over people in these videos. Now, I'm not obsessed with Jeffrey Epstein. I probably haven't heard me talk about it much in club because it's not much of a tech topic. I also don't think it's any of my business. I'm not chismoso. I'm not interested in I want all the sexual predators to be investigated. That's my position. Pull all the names out of those files, put them on a list, and start going down them one by one. That's my position. The reason I bring this up in club is this is amazing.
Not going to happen because a lot of them are,
Well, some of them have already
JeffTube.
fired or resigned.
Yeah.
Because their
Now-
name was there.
hopefully
my
some of them
point-
did.
My point in bringing this up is this is amazing. There is so much public interest in what's happening with the Epstein files that somebody has put together this amazing way to publicly disclose information. Any idiot can go to these services and find information. So they are launching investigations left and right. Journalists, what do you call them? Citizen journalists. They're going to these resources that have been created and searching through them for the stories, and it's just amazing what they're finding. How these things are so interconnected. They're connected to big media moguls. They're connected to decisions being made to hire people. Windows 8 is found in these files. The Steve Stanisky, you guys, I don't expect would know, but he was one of the big pushers of Windows 8. He brought Windows 8 into development, and when it was falling apart, when the marketing and everybody was hating on it, he was corresponding with Jeffrey Epstein for advice, for career advice, how he should be moving back, and all of this is
Scott, I think that the real tech story here is that they thought in releasing 3 million documents, they thought that they were presenting an insurmountable problem for sortability, that nobody would be able to really go through these things. And the tech that you're describing, and I don't mean to say this in any disparaging way, but what the people did to make these databases accessible wasn't magic. I mean, it was a ordinary sorting project.
Well, yeah. I hope you're kind of icing my cake for me, because that's my point. My point is any public disclosure could be subject to this kind of organization.
Precisely.
All of a sudden, like alien disclosures, any of this stuff that's become public record, we could be insisting that it gets disclosed in these formats so that it's easily consumable by the populace. And I appreciate what you're saying, but at the same time, that was an idiotic thing for them to think, throwing a bunch of documents that would bury somebody. It's hard to imagine.
I agree.
Yeah,
100%. But
we don't live in a world where you could bury somebody with information anymore, because this is an example of it.
I think a practical takeaway from this is to understand that 3 million documents of different types and formats isn't that big a deal.
Yeah, it's not a mountain. It's not insurmountable.
It just isn't.
Well, and to just put a fine point on it, there is a Jeffrey AI now based on all of this data. So if you want to sit down and talk to AI Jeffrey, you can ask.
Oh, that's awesome.
You can ask him questions about any of the videos, any of the pictures, any of the, right? And it will fill you in with what information's available to it.
I wonder if you can talk with it, like about your life, not specifically about the documents. I wonder if it's trained up so that, you could talk about career or dating.
Oh, no, even better. Here's a dystopian notion of science fiction. It gets loose, embeds itself into a girls' school's academic program. Remember, he was a math teacher at a private school, and he just starts offering math lessons online to underage girls. Your new tutor, it's Jeff Tutor.
That's creative and dark. That might work in Hollywood. I could see that produced.
Well, I know one of the things that tech people are concerned about is this idea that the AI is existing right alongside your data. When you stick it in your computer, you have an AI sitting right alongside your data. And we still don't know what, and again, AI learning model, we know how dumb they are. We know that they aren't actual intelligence, but they're so dumb they pop off processes inadvertently because they think it's the right thing to do. Not that they think at all. I'm sorry. I feel like I have to qualify every word I use. They don't think. They're just statistically, they're programmed to statistically. The probability of the next thing they should do is not necessarily the next thing they should do, but that's what they're doing. It's determined probabilistically what should be the next move, and sometimes that is absolutely the wrong move. And having it sitting in your device next to your data or having access to your data makes it much more concerning as a security and privacy issue.
The EU Parliament just banned the use of AI off their devices.
Now,
there's an R story today.
Is that related to them telling them that WhatsApp has to allow other AIs inside their program? I hope it is.
How do I post you a link, Mr. Stimson?
Just drop it in the chat. There's a little chat bubble at the bottom.
Where's the chat bubble, man?
It's at the bottom next to the info, meeting details. Here, give me that camera.
Hey.
Give me that camera.
Hey.
You see button,
Depends what
info,
platform you're
chat. You can drop a link in that chat.
I don't see a chat. I mean, I really feel dumb.
On my iPad, it's under the three dots. You have to go to the three dots beside the hang up button. And then inside there, you get another menu.
Adjust view, full screen, open picture in picture, backgrounds and effects, report a problem, report abuse, troubleshooting and help, settings.
It's an icon.
It's called
in the bar at the bottom.
messages. It's called in-call messages.
In-call messages. That's iPad, right. It's called in-call messages.
It's with the three dots. Like.
I swear I don't have that on Linux.
Or your web browser of choice with all your securities?
No, okay. I'm using a vanilla Chrome. Huh. All right. I don't want to hold you up. I apologize. I'll figure this out. This is very annoying. I've used it.
Yeah, you're basically looking for a chat balloon down in your bar of icons.
Oh, praise Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, another Ah, he got it. There we go.
It was a Politico article. Sorry, not ours.
Oh, that's not the right one.
What
That was
article are we
mine.
looking at?
Well, he's providing us with a political art AI tools over. We value your privacy. Okay.
EU Parliament blocks AI features over cyber privacy fears. And they had the IT department strip it off the devices.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Great. I didn't see this. So this comes in conjunction with this other article from the other day, which didn't make it into my list for some reason. I thought I had it on my list. Yeah. Oh, wait, we talked about it last week, didn't we?
Wasn't here.
With WhatsApp and the AI. You know, WhatsApp has had the Meta AI embedded in it. It's a button that just floats around on your screen. You can't get rid of it. The EU has insisted that they have to make that open. You have to be able to put other AIs in it. And we had talked about it last week. I thought that what I was hoping was that if they were going to make it so you could add another AI, because they're actually, in this case, they don't like the monopolistic view of it. There needs to be competition. I'm hoping they have an off button, so I can just turn it off.
That's the best case scenario.
That's a best case scenario. And what I mentioned last week is there is actually an opportunity for a third party to put together an AI that is just an off button if Meta doesn't offer an off button. And because if Meta has to offer a way to hook up a different AI, then you could build.
That's a clever idea.
Right? The AI is off button. It just goes to an off button.
Right.
Supposed to have an off button for it.
Yes, and that bothers me because it. You know why? You know why? Because that means they're putting AI in Firefox, and they don't need to.
But you can turn it off.
No, that's my point. Is like the fact that you'd have to turn it off means that they're forcing you to take AI in this browser. And again, this is the problem. You're putting AI right next to your data.
Next release of Firefox will have it.
Yeah.
This month. Any day now.
Yeah. I mean, basically what you're doing is you're announcing when Firefox AI integrated tools are being released. Oh, and you can turn them off.
Yeah.
Which seems to be the marketing play for most AI right now is you can turn it off.
Well, they want to see how many people like it. So they're giving them a choice. You can have it on, try it. You don't like it, turn it off.
Chester, you've had your hand up for a long time. I'm sorry. What was it you wanted to contribute?
The Wall Street Journal recently had 3 articles that would scare the hell out of you concerning AI. And the articles were based on interviews with the people who are designing the systems and working with the code. One of the concerns is the rapidity with which AI is self-generating at a speed that is unanticipated by the people who are working in the industry. And the second is the concern that they will lose control, truly lose control, and the regulations by the government won't be in time to help them. I just thought I would mention that there is concern out there about AI and the rapidity with which it is self-generating.
Yes.
It's frightening.
Yes.
Well, it's not.
Chester, I would respectfully suggest that that's a public relations spin, which is designed to make you think that AI is more powerful than it actually is, which is designed to cause you to continue to invest. I know you don't, but it is designed to cause people to continue to burn money on this bullshit. AI is not taking over the world. People who have a vested interest in people investing in AI love to talk about those scare stories because that implies that the technology itself is enormously powerful. And it is.
Well, there are some things to be scared of. They want to put it in robots. It's definitely not proven itself to be reliable.
There are plenty of things to be scared of, but it's not Skynet.
Right, it's not Terminator. I think actually the biggest fear is it will help you calculate your taxes incorrectly and cost way too much money and resources to do it. I think those are the genuine fears right now. Is that it gives you bad advice. People talk to them like they're real people, and then they go and commit suicide.
Yeah.
These
And
those are real fears.
Yeah.
We've completely taken leave of common sense. I mean, what job can be done? And I'm going to pick a very small number. What job do you really want to assign to anyone or anything with a 10% error rate?
Right. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Well, you know, tuning the stations on your radio at 10% error doesn't really matter, but your brakes do.
Yeah.
Your brakes are important. You wouldn't want them to have a 10% error rate.
What job would you choose to give to a mechanism
No, you don't have to look
or
at me.
person that was wrong 10% of the time?
Yeah, again, like if you were flipping through YouTube videos, that doesn't really matter. But if you're in an elevator, I would want that to work more often than a 10% error rate.
What do you mean to use it when you say flipping through? How is
I'm
that?
just saying the priorities of making like I've talked, I talk about it a lot. We live in this good enough technology world where people just accept a 90% success rate as success.
Yeah, but what's
and so like
what's
if you're
AI
flipping through
doing on
YouTube
this
videos
YouTube?
and they're popping up because AI is selecting them for you and you're fairly happy 90% of the time, that doesn't really matter. That's not critical. But
it's not AI.
But if you're in an elevator, you would want it to be more successful than 90%.
If you were having a guy change your oil, you just name the job, man.
Right.
10% failure rate means that the thing is totally unreliable. That's how you would describe it if it was a mechanical device. Totally unreliable. It's totally unreliable at 5%.
But it's still good at increasing shadow, pulling pictures out of shadows. It's good for. I guess that's my point. Is you need to know where it belongs. You shouldn't follow the Microsoft model of putting it everywhere. They put Copilot in Notepad. They put an AI in a text editor, and then within days there was a 0-day exploit built where you could send the AI commands. Right? No, nobody thought about the security of the text editor for some reason. It's ridiculous. They've sprinkled it everywhere.
No one ever does.
If anything, it's kind of like make the tool stable before you start using it to make other tools.
Yes.
You think?
It feels like
You think, Scott? Yeah, that sounds like a really sound idea.
Well, and Microsoft did that thing where they rebranded Office. They rebranded Office 360 as Microsoft 360, and then Copilot was generating so much revenue and stock that they renamed Microsoft 360 Copilot 360. And then they continued to allow people to purchase the classic version, or they could buy the Copilot version for paying a higher price, and they didn't let anybody know the classic version was still available without it. Just total Microsoft market games. It's going to bite them in the ass, I think.
Playing mind games. Their user base.
Well, the mind they're using is an AI.
Yes, it's gonna fail.
It's making horrible decisions. Well, we can rant and rant. And since we are on AI topics, I thought this was an interesting one here. The Pentagon is threatening to cut off Anthropic in AI safeguards dispute. Now, this
Abby, what is Anthropic?
Anthropic is an AI. It's
Awesome.
it's an AI that actually is making money somewhat. They pride themselves on guardrails and being very conservative in the way that the AI is implemented, and it's highly regarded as one of the more intelligent AIs out there. This headline would make you think, or at least it made me think at first, they didn't like how Anthropic was doing their guardrails. But what this really is the Pentagon wants them to take their guardrails off.
What the hell?
The Pentagon wants to put Anthropic in their targeting devices. They want to put Anthropic in their communication devices. They want it in their vehicles.
Are we still talking about language models?
Yes, that's all
they
these are.
Put a language model in the tracking device?
Yes. They want to militarize Anthropic's AI, and Anthropic won't let them. And they're paying Anthropic quite a bit of money for what they're already using it for. They're talking about new devices. They're talking about new plans they want to put together. And Anthropic won't get on board. And so now they're getting threatened with losing their contracts with the government because they won't get on board with what the Pentagon wants.
This is what you get for being the best of a worst thing.
The best of a worst thing. So there's something to think about. It's short and sweet. It's actually an Axios report. And so this is just like Rutgers letting us know they got this information from Axio. I didn't want to pay for an Axio account, so I didn't read their full report. But the summary is enough for me. The people that are trying to do the good work in AI have been funded by the government. You wouldn't think that'd be a bad thing, being threatened to have their funding taken away unless they do the stuff that's questionable.
Actually, I would think it's a bad thing.
Yeah, well, in this context, maybe. In this context, maybe it is. Well, I mean, they could be paying Anthropic or they could be buying more bombs. Which do you want them to spend their money on?
Don't worry, I'm sure they're still buying bombs.
Yeah,
I'll go with bombs. I'll go with the bombs on that one, Scott. At
I
least
wonder
that
what
crap.
the environmental impact is: bombs versus boiling the planet to data centers. Data centers versus bombs.
We've just seen targeting using AI happen over the last couple of years at a location in the Middle East, and it's failed miserably to the point where the military that was using it went, those weren't misses. That was AI problems.
Unknown caller.
And they're claiming that AI was one of the reasons the Venezuelan kidnapping was so successful. I'm telling you, that's what the news is. That's in this article. Is they're talking about how they praise AI for helping them in the Venezuelan kidnapping of the president.
What, told them which official to bribe?
I wasn't in the room. I don't know. I don't know what job it had, but it's one of the reasons they might be looking for a different AI partner if they don't get on board, is because they've already seen the success out of it. We're living in the mirrored world. This is the rabbit hole. We've got all these experts telling us this stuff isn't working very well. And then we got all these people that have vested interests in it telling us, yes, it's working great. In fact, we should be buying more of it.
Isn't that what the pharmaceutical company that created thalidomide said?
I'm not familiar with that. Well, here's a fun one. I was just talking with Jim about this. We've been talking about the rise in memory costs that have been coming up. Memory, SSDs, because of the data centers. We've got computers out there that are for sale that are three-fourths of their price are just paying for the memory. This article came out in Mashable. Apparently, we've got to worry about our hard drives too. These external hard drives that we were buying for cheap, up to 4 terabytes. I think they've got 8 terabyte drives now. Western Digital says they have sold all their capacity for 2026. They have no more capacity on the market after February because it's all been gobbled up by data centers in the industry. There is no consumer market. These are the spinning.
Are you talking about the WD thing? Are you talking about spinning drives?
Yeah, we're talking about spinning drives.
Spinning drives.
Okay. Yeah, like this whole industry is made up of players that know exactly how much resources they're going to need to produce a certain quantity of devices over a period of time. They've known that calculation for a long time. This disruption with data centers has just sent a wave through that industry where the demand is so much higher than the supply. And we talk about the silicon fabricators that need to tool up so that they can create more memory and they can create more CPUs and more SSDs. The quickest you can tool up one of those fabricators, they say, I'm not an expert, this is what I read, 2 years. 2 years to ramp up to start dealing with the kind of demand that's being asked for right now. That's why these prices are just skyrocketing, and the consumer market is shrinking. And if you're in a market, this is what I've read, and I kind of see it around the Mexican market here. If you're in a market that has not been hit with this demand yet, you will, because there's no way. All it's going to do is catch up. There is no way for them to produce product to make up for the lack of it in time. So at some point, if you're not seeing it in your local market, you will, because there's no way they can make up for that lack of surplus in any reasonable amount of time. 2 years is that mark. And then you think about spinning disks, something that's been regulated to cheap on-site mass capacity storage. It's not being used for performance any more than the highest performing spinning disks you can get, because they're outperformed by SSDs all the time. They are an older product. They're a product that should be thought of as being phased out. This is my point. Nobody's going to tool up a new spinning disk plant. It's just not going to happen. I mean, we've got memory plants that are shutting down because they didn't see the reason to stay in the market. Nobody's going to tool up a spinning disk plant. Western Digital is one of the few that's left that's doing that kind of work. So it's all coming to a head. There was a moment there a couple of weeks ago where the thought was, well, maybe we're all going back to spinning disks. That's not going to happen.
Because they're using the spinning disc?
There are only 3 manufacturers of spinning discs, which is Western Digital, Toshiba, and Seagate.
He's absolutely right. They're the only ones.
Every other brand.
It's been like that for years now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's probably, I think that final consolidation to the Trinity was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I would say about 10 years ago.
It was when
Hitachi sold to Toshiba. They sold their HDTs to Toshiba.
Correct, Hitachi. That's correct. Thank you. You did that without Googling. It's very impressive.
I'm a nerd. I've been here through all this. I'm always blown away when I start seeing things falling together 10 years later. I'm like, oh, wow, I was there when that was happening. Well, Bill's got a question. I see Bill's hand up.
Well, it's up. I'm working on it here. Just a second.
Okay.
I just wanted to.
Look at you, man! You're in like paradise.
Yes, we are. Hang on, I'll show you. How do I switch this around?
Hold on a second. Bill's gotten everybody's attention.
I hope so. Anyway, Can you see that?
Oh, goodness, yes.
I've joined the dark side.
That's the chair you're sitting in for this meeting, Mr. Thompson?
I've got a feeling
No.
he's showing us his Starlink.
The Starlink, yes. I just wanted to say that purchasing it at Home Depot was painless. Bringing it home, plugging it in, and it starts right up. The hardware part was painless, but the actual activation was mind-numbingly painful. I think the actual setup of the hardware was about 5 minutes, and
Okay.
the activation took me about 4 hours.
Oh, Jesus.
Their website app is absolutely useless. I was making one assumption that was wrong, and it would loop you. Once you made that decision, it would loop you back to the beginning, wipe all your information out, and you start it again.
I know exactly what he's talking about because I played this game the other day.
So
Hey, Bill, I added another wrinkle to that. I did exactly what you're talking about just the other day, and I had an extra wrinkle. I had them install the cable for the dish on the roof before activating it. And so I was running up to the roof outside of Wi-Fi range to try and angle the dish and then run back out to Wi-Fi range, get back into Wi-Fi range to send the signals.
Okay, well here was the problem, and it's quite simple. If you turn it on, turn the Starlink on, and you log into it from your phone.
The app. Satellite aligning. Go ahead, Bill. I'm sorry.
Okay, if you try to activate with the Starlink, with you logged into the Starlink, which it says it will allow you to do, then you are in this loop where you go to a certain point. It says, okay, turn your Starlink off and finish up on a website. It immediately wipes everything out. What you have to do, if you do not have a current login for Starlink, you have to leave the Starlink off, not logged into it, and go just to your regular Wi-Fi user and go to the app and log in, and it's fine. And then it'll allow you to activate. But if you try to activate without an actual account through the Starlink, you're toast.
I didn't run
that's
into
that's my contribution. We had a brand new one, never had an activation code or an account before, and I spent 4 hours trying to figure that out.
Well, and you're right about the app is horrible because for you to do activation, payment method, and all that, the app takes you out of itself into a general web page where you do it on the web. And so if you haven't successfully created an internet connection, you definitely need to have cell service available. Like if you don't have the internet around you, you've got to be able to get to the internet somehow.
Internet connection. Starlink has only just started showing up. I never had it this morning in the
No, I know. I've been running Starlink the whole time. Okay, that's it. I'm done.
Well, thank you for that, Bill. Now, Bill's just bought, and Bill will correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I think he's just bought the mobile version, the one with the dish and the Wi-Fi router built into it.
Yes, I have the Starlink Mini.
And the question was, what's the pricing?
Oh, what did you pay for it at Home Depot?
Not that.
The monthly.
Home Depot. It was, well, we're paying, how much do we pay?
It's got to be the remote.
Right? For the activation.
900 pesos.
900 pesos is the monthly charge, and it was how much? 5,000 pesos for the hardware. And
wow.
And you have 2 months free to try it, and 2 months to return it. Isn't it 2 months?
Home Depot gives you a 2 month if you
All
want
right.
to do original packaging.
Yeah, if you keep the original packaging and bring it back to Home Depot, you can return it for full refund. Starlink
In the first
gives
2
you-
months.
In the first 2 months, and Starlink gives you, I believe, 2 months of access.
1 month.
I've been saving my box.
1 month of access to try it out to see if you like it. There you go.
Well, that sounds like a pretty decent deal.
You know, I was
Is-
thinking with the outage yesterday, Scott, that
Yeah.
all those people who have Starlink around here, they weren't affected.
Right.
Yeah. As long as you have power, you're hooked in. Now, according to Cheryl, that's not true. I have had very, very little problems with Starlink using it. And
Have you run a speed test on it, Bill?
yeah, and it runs routinely. Well, if I'm out in the direct line of sight for it outside, it will run at 200 megabits
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah, that's what I would expect.
And it's
200 in both directions?
I don't know. I only ever
No,
worry
it's
about
not.
one
It's
direction.
not symmetric. It's like 1/5 the speed down. It's something like what?
It's
50
like
megabits?
240 or something like that.
I'm thinking it's like
Any-
50 up and 250 down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, the other thing, I have been running with Deco extenders, or
That's what I was going to
on
ask you next.
the old internet
Mhm.
with the decos, and this one sitting in the courtyard will reach any part of this building reasonably well. Once I get behind 2 cement walls, it will go down drastically. But
Yeah,
Well, God damn it, I'm returning.
a hacienda style design makes it easier for that. You stick it outside in the middle of the hacienda.
Well, that's where it's sitting right now.
Yeah. So that
Well,
kind of
and it
lends
has-
itself to that kind of usage. I wanted to ask you though about if there's any Ethernet ports on the Mini.
Yeah, there's a port.
There's an Ethernet port, like you could hook up your mesh network to it.
I believe so. Yeah, there's a plug there, and I'm pretty sure that's the
Yeah.
Ethernet plug.
If that's amazing, because then you could just run an Ethernet into one of your mesh nodes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
and
I mean,
I mean, I'd be curious.
I may have
The
to
real
look at
number
these.
I would like, it would be.
even if it was like activated a monthly basis, like as an emergency, having it sitting in the closet, it's like, all right, I'll turn it on for a month for $50.
I'd love to hear what those upload/download speeds are if you were hooked up with a cable. Forget all this
Oh,
Wi-Fi jazz.
yeah.
Well, Richard,
Well, see-
I've reported to you. I mean, I helped Christine with
Told me
her.
some very beautiful numbers.
We just set up one just around the corner from me. I'm trying to remember the woman's name, but I can't remember her name. But we had 500 megabits a second at startup. Down. We had
No.
50 up, but we had 500 down.
People keep signing on. It's like
I mean,
That's
that's
right.
fine.
It's like
Yeah,
cable
that's
in that respect. If the more that satellite gets usage, the less capacity that's available.
Yeah.
They guarantee something around 150, but they say right in their documentation or more. You can take advantage of more if it's there.
Yes. Now, the difference between this one and Christine's is she has the Pro version or whatever it is, the bigger one.
Yeah, the
And
third
Mini,
generation.
the Mini has guaranteed up 100 megabits. I think is what they say their stated throughput is.
Okay.
And the updated or the Pro version, whatever it's called, it has 200 or so or 300 megabits through. It's a bigger screen. The reason mine sits out in the courtyard is because the hacienda it's the only place I can get a solid connection.
Yeah.
because of the way the hacienda sits, it's
Right.
it has to be out so that I get a reasonably unobstructed view.
But
Anyway,
again, this is a device, it's built to be outside. You have to run a power cable to it. That's it. You configure it up and it broadcasts. It's a beautiful idea.
yeah, and the power connections, like it's got a out so that I get a reasonably unobstructed view. And then the connections are rubber.
But again, this is a device.
There's waterproof. It can sit in the rain. It shouldn't hurt it at all. The only connection that isn't protected is the power cord, like my power cord.
Yeah. But no, that seems like a very sensible type of device to have.
Well, and we're going on a short trip on El Chepe train, the Copper Canyon. So we're going to take it with us and try it out, see how it works when we're moving around.
You're paying for the mobile contract. Now, are you familiar with? Is there a bandwidth cap? On the
yeah, there is. If depending on which service you purchase, there's like 80 gigabits or something is the lowest. I'm talking from memory here.
Yeah, it would be good to know. It seems like there's a certain amount that if you go over it, then they lower your speed, or at least that's the way it used to work.
Well, no, it used to be they lowered the speed, and no, they didn't lower the speed. You just had to buy more spot, pay more money. Now it'll drop your speed, and you have the opportunity of buying more.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's where
you can go unlimited. You go up above $100 a month, and you're into the unlimited stage.
Hey, there's 1 minute left in this meet. I've already opened up the other meet. If you guys want to move over to it, it's there and ready to be joined.
Okay.
I do think we're getting close to the end of this meeting. Yeah, I may have to get one of those. Well, it's frustrating that I've got 2 internet connections in my house, but they're both heavily reliant on something that when it goes down, both of them go down.
Yeah.
It's
Bill's wanted one ever since he saw one in the bottom of the Copper Canyon 2 years ago. So I'm having problems with my iPad hooking up to the Starlink. It doesn't always see it. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but we'll investigate.
yeah,
Okay, we're going over to the other meeting?
Yeah. I'm letting people in now.
Okay.
Chester and Jim are joining us. Richard's over there already. Bill's in here. Cheryl, you said you're having problems at times on the iPad. Were you having problems at times with the Deco mesh network when it was set up?
Yeah. I think my iPad is sick.
Oh.
We'll work on it.
Well, because I was going to say, I mean, there's fundamentally a difference in the way that your iPad is receiving internet between the two. And if it was working on the Decos regularly, then that solution, you just run an Ethernet cable to one of your Decos, and you'd have that same kind of coverage. Just get a long Ethernet cable. I'm on the wrong. You can't. I'm making gestures and funny faces. You can't see any of it because I've got the wrong camera up. But you run a long Ethernet cable from your Starlink over to the main Deco, and then you can broadcast that Starlink across the Decos in that mesh network. Yeah, Jim.
Are you guys not hearing the echo? Am I the only one hearing just a horrible echo?
It's because
Bill's fountain.
Yeah, I'm going to turn off Bill for a second here. Maybe that'll help. We don't want to hear from you anymore, Bill. You are muted.
Making bread and making or
he gave me the finger. It's the wrong finger, but he gave me this one.
That didn't help.
It didn't help. You're still hearing an echo?
No, I have a huge echo.
Oh. No, we closed the other meet, didn't we? Oh, Jim, yeah, you're still in the other meet, and the other meet's still going. Let me close that. There, that should take care of it.
Do you hear the echo now?
Yeah, you had switched over to the new meet while remaining in the old meet, and I hadn't shut off the old meet.
Yeah, okay, that's it. Thank you, guys.
I experienced that once. I did the same thing. I had left the other thing open.
Bill, Amazon sells a run of Ethernet cable in like 50, 100-foot runs for outdoor. If you wanted to bring it into your house and hook it up to those decos, that'd be an easy way to do it.
You're getting an outdoor one. Make sure you get protection.
Electric shock protection.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. The metal jacket.
Metal jacket. Oh, the shielding?
Shielding.
It's shielding,
Shielded cable. When I just put outside the 10, got 3 shields in it.
3 shields in it. Okay.
Yeah, since the last 2 lightning storms, I haven't lost any equipment.
Well, we are reaching the end of this meeting. What else do I have on my list here? Oh, I've got this. I've got Ring. This is a quick one. If you guys haven't been paying attention, I know folks like Richard and Sydney have been paying attention to this issue, but maybe you guys have become aware of the fact that Ring had a deal going with Flock, and they were sharing all their information from these cameras with law enforcement. They recently, during the Super Bowl, announced a big change. Maybe you guys saw that, where you can look for your dog on the Ring network. Isn't that sweet? Right? But what people are really complaining about is you can also report immigrants. You can track them down people's streetways and know where to find them. And
Stalk your ex.
Stalk your ex. This seems like really
can't find Nancy.
A real privacy issue with what Ring is purporting to do is allow all this.
It's spyware. They're spying on us.
Well, not only are they spying, they're taking all the spying, they're dumping it into a big bag of spied information that can be rifled through any law enforcement, any group, or even worse, if it gets in the wrong hands, for sale. Because we sell a lot of our data. We have no regulations protecting us from this.
You don't sell any of your data. You give it away and other people sell it, Scott.
You give it away so that other people make money selling it.
Correct.
So these...
It didn't have enough hands.
This has had such a...
Enough hands. Thank you.
What's going on? So this has created such a stir that people want to give back their services. They're canceling their services in droves with Ring. And now Amazon, this is an article that shows that Amazon is guaranteeing refunds on their Ring cameras and doorbells if people are asking for them. They have already said they've canceled the deal with Flock. They are publicly facing, they see that they've taken a lot of heat, and so that they have canceled that deal with Flock. They are no longer going to be working with this company that provides information to law enforcement, but people are still trying to send back their cameras.
No, you just misstated that, Scott.
What do you mean?
They have canceled their deal. You don't know that they're no longer going to be working with that company. They can have a new deal.
All right. Well, we're talking in this moment, right? In the context of this moment.
In this moment, their deal with Flock
and
is
that's not what the article is about. The article is about how they are still accepting refunds for cameras because people didn't like their decisions to go with Flock. So this article, if you'd let me finish first, if you read this article, you will see that they outline the exact wording to tell customer support so that they will give you your money back. And it has to do with making it clear that you are sending it back because they have breached their terms of service with you. You had a commitment that they would not do this, and they have done this. And so if you read this article, it will tell you how to get your money back sending them a camera. And it's whether they have a deal with Flock in the future or not will probably be hinged on how popular this return is.
Oh, I just think it's a public relations disaster to be moved past. I mean, I think if I were to, the book, the transcript I would like to read would be the exactly how that ad got approved.
Well, it had to go through many hands. It was a Super Bowl ad.
Oh, lots and lots of people.
There's a lot of bad thinking in that ad.
Lots and lots of people saw that ad and said, that's terrific. We'll spend millions and millions of dollars on a single ad buy for this slot on the Super Bowl. And we think we're going to run that ad, you know, for a while, right? We're going to amortize our costs by running that after the Super Bowl in other markets and blah, blah, blah. Lots of people thought that ad was okay.
It's actually a bit brain numbing to think that these executives at that echelon of making decisions thinks that you're going to cover up your covert spying ambitions by helping people find their dogs. It really is, because you're right. It went through many hands, and all of this is about being able to collect that information. It has nothing to do with finding lost dogs. It's about expanding the surveillance network that they have control of and how profitable that is to them. And so the lost dog, like there are people sitting around a room, you know what? We're going to make a whole campaign about finding lost dogs. And everybody's going to opt into it because nobody wants to lose their dog. Right? Of course, that's under the premise that everyone's an idiot.
I think that the disconnect is actually, this is actually something that I think is actually a positive news story because the reaction was extremely strong and it was instantaneous, and they were in full backpedal mode by Monday afternoon.
Yeah.
Now, the Super Bowl is in the evening on Sunday. So that's the hammer coming down very hard, very fast.
No, it's a great example of we're all more educated than this. We all know what we're expecting now. You're giving us the wrong stuff and you're going to regret it. Here's my camera. I'm canceling my service.
I love it. I love it when big corporations make terrible decisions and get punished for it immediately.
Well, and here's my call, because I am one of the people I'm calling out to. I have broken Ring cameras. I'm going to send them back.
Be careful putting it on the internet, man.
No, we'll just see what they do. If they give me money, great. But at least I don't have that e-garbage in my life. And it's another statement to them. I'm done with their service.
That's nice, Scott. I would definitely do that. Who cares? It'd be nice if you got some money, but who cares?
Yeah, I don't care if I get money back for broken cameras.
Just send them their e-waste, man.
That's right.
It's fair.
We were such nice sellers of our home that we left our Ring camera at the acreage. So all their information is being shared out all over the place. But anyways, maybe they'll try and return it.
Well, at least you'll be able to find their dog. I've got one last thing, but if you're not actually I got two last things. Look at that. Let's save those. Let's save those for next week. There's one in there that's probably would be fun to read, spend more time talking about. But before we call this meeting to an end, we typically do recommendations, and I'd like for us to have time to do something like that. If anybody out there has a shout out for a website, a TV show, a movie, a book, anything like that. I see Cheryl has put up her hand, not virtually, but literally. And so I'm going to let her go ahead and say something right now. Go ahead, Cheryl. Welcome.
What? I'm sad your mom.
Oh, you're breaking up.
But anyway,
You might
I
have.
have been watching.
Is it a surprise?
Oh. No, sorry. Well, you said I was breaking up. Sorry, I thought you would. Okay. Anyway, it's called Mr. Mercedes. And Mr. Mercedes is a series, a TV series, I guess. I think I've been watching it on Netflix. He is a retired police detective, and he's been hunted by this psychotic killer that killed a whole bunch of people. Anyways, it's very dark. It's very scary. It's very psychotic. And I got sucked in. I finished the first season, and lo and behold, I'm in the second season, and I thought everything was over, but now it seems like he's still alive. But anyways, it's an interesting, if you're on the more sci-fi, darker kind of thing, you might enjoy it.
Yeah, it's subtly sci-fi. It's
well, it's got all this electrical, like he does all kinds of things with computers, and then in the second season, he's being kept alive, and they're doing brain research and everything. So it's quite techy.
Yeah. Brandon Gleeson. I like this actor. He's really good. I watched through all of this. When did this come out? This has been out for a while now. Isn't there? Yeah, there's 3 seasons. That's what I was
You've
thinking.
seen that, Scott?
Yeah, it's good. 2017 is when it originally came out.
Oh, really?
You really like dark things, Ms. Howell.
Well, I don't know if
This is not the first recommendation I've heard from you that was decidedly dark. It's not a criticism; it's an observation.
Yeah, no. I don't know what happened this year, but I made it all the way through the first season. I usually would turn these things off. They make me not comfortable. But
it is a mystery. I mean, like when it comes down to it, it's like a criminal mystery that has a lot of sci-fi around it. There's murders that are happening, and
remote control is being activated, and he's making a remote control that he can activate everything in the world. It's dark.
Well, and then I like how he ends up, like right from the beginning. It's very subtle. He's a curmudgeon. He plays good curmudgeons, but he's not like he doesn't want to be involved in any of this, and he just kind of ends up slowly getting dragged into it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I like the detective character.
Yeah.
And his relationships and everything. I like that part of the show way more than the actual criminal guy.
Yeah, the character development is very interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the one thing I've been.
So I have a recommendation, Scott, and it's a sci-fi time travel film made in 2004.
Okay.
And it's called Primer.
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar with it.
This guy made this film for $7,000.
Well, and it keeps getting listed as one of the best sci-fi movies.
It is one of the best sci-fi movies.
Very heady.
It is one of the best time travel movies. Just relax. Don't expect to have a full comprehension of the fractured timeline, time travel. Just enjoy. He made this film for $7,000. If you told me it had, I don't know, a nice small budget like $1 million or $2 million, I would have said sure. I mean, the production value is very high. The cinematography,
you can watch it for free on Tubi, with ads, of course. Look at that.
I would hate to see it with ads, but if it's really worth seeing, it's a wonderful film.
It's a bit dark, but it's mostly complicated. It is a very heady movie.
I don't think of it as dark. I mean, I understand why you said that, but I don't think of it as dark. You know, I think it's hard. It's hard to follow. It can be hard to follow, you know, but so what? It's worth it.
Yeah, I don't want to go into why I would say that it's kind of dark simply because I'll end up giving away the movie. But,
right. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I know you.
But I think, I mean, that's my point, is it's a bit dark, but what you really get lost in is the timeline, the way they interact with each other. I don't want to go any deeper than that without giving anything away. The things that make it interesting to talk about are the things you can't talk about without giving away the movie.
Well, I watched it a second time, and I guarantee you I'm going to watch it a third time, probably in the relatively near future. It just, what that guy did with no money. I mean, let's just call $7,000 what it is. No money.
7,000, wow. All right. We got any other recommendations? Anything else that has to be said? Emily, you got anything else that needs to be said?
I have something to be said because we're nearing the end of the club and I don't think anyone's mentioned it, but I think you should show off your shirt.
Oh, my new shirt.
Yeah.
Okay. Almost everybody's gone now, but this is my new shirt.
What a rad shirt.
Now, I haven't done the real nerd thing. I got to sit down and I got to Google these chips to find out what kind of board I'm wearing.
I'm curious about that.
Yes.
I'm very curious too.
Yes, you do have to do that, Scott.
I didn't get a choice when I ordered it. It was just a printed circuit board shirt. It would have been really cool if it was like a PowerPC chip or something like that. Historically amazing technology that has come out, something like that.
You know, if you go down this
Maybe a
fashion
Snapdragon.
Hell yeah.
if you go down this fashion route,
That's a computer topic.
the next step is to do your own boards.
What my shirt is.
Right. Richard's
The
suggesting
next step is to do your own board. Why should you wear somebody else's choice of chips?
Right.
You see where this goes. It's a fashion line, man.
Right. It's printed circuit board fashion design. Well, they also have a throw blanket. I've turned into a real Temu shopper. I think I might get the throw blanket. All right, well that's my recommendation. Check out Temu. They're really cheap. That's my website recommendation for today. Check out Temu. It's amazing. Actually, we should talk about Temu for a second because I have observed something in my own behavior that I think is probably interesting and worth talking about. I find myself approaching the Temu website or the app on my phone differently than I do Amazon, and it surprises me. I think this is relevant. On Amazon, I have a need. I go looking for whatever it is. I try and find the price, the quality, the name brand, and I buy it. Temu, I use more like Instagram. I got a couple of minutes free and I'm bored. I go into Temu and I find myself just flipping through an array of different products I couldn't even imagine exist. And they're branded with things that matter to me, like Star Wars or Marvel characters. They're in areas of technology that I find interesting, like looking for these microphones or lasers or something like that. But they're all these just little one-off whatnots. These what do you call them?
Junk.
Well, junk is probably a good word for it.
Cheap tech.
But it's all cheap. It is all, I mean, like $2 t-shirts that come in packs of 5 at a time and things like that. And so I don't find myself going to Temu looking for a particular thing. I find myself grazing in Temu in my off hours, just kind of bored, stumbling across something that looks cool, sticking it in my shopping cart. And then here's the other thing about Temu, at least here, buying from Temu in Mexico. You need to spend at least 240 pesos for free shipping. But 240, that's like $14 to get free shipping. Most of these products you're looking at, I mean, they're like $4 products, $5 products, $3 products. So I find myself just, well, I'll stick that in my shopping cart and forget about it. And then I'll come back to Temu later and stick something else in my shop. And pretty soon it'll finally get up to like the free shipping amount. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'll buy those. And throughout the time it's in your shopping cart, you'll watch his inventory will disappear. I mean, I didn't go there for anything in particular I cared about, so I don't care if the inventory is completely disappeared. You'll see inventory rise. You'll see prices drop because of special deals or needs to sit. Like I've watched my shopping cart go all the way up to almost shipping for free and then drop down because they did a deal on 3 different products in the price and now it doesn't reach free shipping. Anyway, those are some of my Temu experiences.
You know, I think that's and I don't mean to step on Mr. Cunningham, but I think that's a very interesting observation.
It is a totally different way of shopping than I've ever done.
Don't laugh at me, Mr. Cunningham. Don't laugh at me. It's not necessary. I think that's a very interesting observation.
Kind of reminds me of you'll go to Temu for nothing in particular.
Yeah. You know, Emily's got a good point. My other daughter, Viviana, has a habit of just going to thrift stores, not any idea what she's going to get, but wants to go and just check it out with no plan. She'll go into the Chinese store. We call it the Chinese store here in Wainesville. And she has there's nothing in there that she's looking for. She's just looking at all this really cheap stuff, looking for something that's cool. I'm not a shopper. I've never enjoyed going out and just looking to see what's available. But with Temu, I've turned into that kind of shopper for my lounge chair.
I just had a realization, and I think Mr. Cunningham will agree with this, but what you just said is actually a recapitulation of the idea of the mall,
right?
The suburban mall, because I never understood the culture of my entire time in malls. I had something I needed to buy, and there was a mall store, and I went to that store and I bought that thing, and then I left the fucking mall.
Right.
Because I didn't.
You're married. Your wife got angry. You're ready to leave so soon.
I never had a wife, so
How
you
could
guys
it be done? We're at the mall.
I no, you guys are laughing, so I know it's inaccurate. But I was the anti-mall customer, but the idea was, and the activity was, what I didn't participate in was going to the mall without an aim, you know. So you're just kind of in the mall, and you're going to go into stores, and you're going to see if there's anything that attracts your attention. What you just described on Temu is exactly the same behavior.
Transcended into our tech world, into the app world.
Online.
Yeah. No, I'm very self-aware.
Thank you for that.
I'm very self-aware. I see that. That's the reason I find it interesting to talk about. Just the approach to the app being so different for me now than like Amazon, going to Walmart. I mean, I use these apps. So I don't like to go shopping. I like doing online shopping, but I would never open one of those apps without a destination in mind, without a plan, without something that has brought me to go shopping.
Exactly. It's a perfect mirror of the physical attendance at the mall. It's a perfect mirror.
Whereas in Temu, it's like the mall. It's like I've gone there for entertainment. I've gone there to entertain myself, and maybe I'll buy something. It's yeah, it's an yeah. You think?
I would say that's probably shopping on the part of most women. Certainly, my Linda. Go shopping because you don't know what you're going to find, and you're just always kind of looking out to see whether you see something you need. Because she always has things in the back of her mind she might need, and it's entertaining.
Yeah.
Right.
My Emily would vouch for this too. I say
is
often shopping isn't an activity. It's like for me, shopping has never been an activity. It's consumerism. Well, yeah, for many people it is. For many people, that's what they've done for fun. It's a very American topic too. Hey, TJ.
Well, I never thought of the mall as entertaining in the way that
Yeah.
a lot of my peers did.
Yeah.
Women can go shopping all day and never spend a dime.
Well, I haven't had that experience in my life. I know a lot of women. I've never seen one come back without bags. Tim, you're married. Have you ever seen a woman come back without bags? You don't have to say it online. You can plausible deniability.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to genderize it though. I think there's a personality type that goes out there.
No, there is.
Yeah.
I think so too.
It's the way that men and women think differently.
Well, I think people are allowed to think differently. I don't think it needs to be genderized. I mean, like I think there's a personality type thing, and maybe there is some. Maybe you could say that. Well, you'll find if you survey enough men and women, you're going to find more women in this camp and more guys in this camp.
I think there's something to be said about how. Oh, I'm sorry. I think there's something to be said about how men and women are socialized, and how growing up, going shopping is one of the things you're supposed to do as a woman. So you find enjoyment in it.
Oh, kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, like which is rooted in misogyny.
Women's physiology based so that every event like turned into the brain synapse as an emotion. That's why we've all experienced guys. You're in an argument with your wife. Question. And she pulls back something 5 years ago that you
I don't know, TJ. I don't want to get into this kind of discussion in Computer Club because I do disagree with you, but it's not the platform for these kinds of discussions. We're really talking about tech.
But it is. Because it is exactly as Sean said. It's behavioral in regards to the way that you shop. Most guys, this is why we can do Christmas shopping. Starts at 5 p.m. and ends at 7 p.m.
Yeah, again, I think these are personality types you're describing, not genders. I think these are personality types that you're describing. And so I mean I don't want to get into that kind of discussion, but I think that kind of generalization isn't correct. I think
So because I have an opinion, I'm not allowed
No,
to.
you prefaced it by it's your opinion.
Correct.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with
But I was just cut off, Scott, because you turned around and said, "Well, I don't want to discuss that."
Well, no, I want to talk about computer topics, and you're
no, but it is because it's behavioral in regards to what you were talking about shopping. This gentleman brought up behaviors. What is my expertise? Behaviors.
yeah, okay.
So that's all.
Well, and we're also at the end of this meeting too, so we're trying to wind out of the conversation, not wind it up. And I apologize. I meant no disrespect to you, TJ. I always welcome you being part of our group, and your points of view are always. We always want different points of view in our discussions. So I apologize if I've offended you in some way. It was not my intention. Okay. But going back to tech, what I found interesting was the way it affected me. The way the app changed the way that I was shopping, right? Because I'm not shopping.
For you, you said normally I go into a store.
No, I don't normally go into a store.
What did you say about a group of guys going to what store?
Shopping on Amazon.
Favelas?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what this
Yes,
website
yes.
has done
Probably.
is created an emotional
Oh.
experience.
What we're getting at.
Well, maybe only in so much as I was trying to compare it to things like a TikTok or things like an Instagram, where they're really working on keeping you on this feed, right?
You notice one of the things that compared was that you kept collecting items.
Mm-hmm.
To
Yeah.
the point when you could emotionally get free shipping.
No, well, emotion. I could economically get free
Right.
shipping.
That's emotional, right? So, how many times,
No, it's not. That's a physical problem.
how many times have our wives said, "Honey, look how much money I saved. Yeah, I spent $600, but I saved us $3." Okay. There have been times that we've all, as husbands and boyfriends, have experienced that.
I don't think mommy's done that.
Yeah, my mom has though.
Oh.
My mom's classic line used to be, "I saved enough money to finance our vacation." That used to be one of Mina's lines.
I don't know what that is. I was gonna say that Timo.
Right.
Perfect.
Jim knows what I'm talking
It's
about.
absolutely fucking perfect.
Yeah.
You know,
So-
I think that there are two interesting things about this, Scott, which are a little different. One is they've made you a mall shopper. They've
They've made me a mall shopper. Is that what you're thinking? Yeah.
You said you weren't a mall shopper, so they actually changed your behavior.
It could be. It could be that's a virtual way to think about it. Is you're a virtual mall shopper now?
I choose to think that you were always a
Well,
mom.
and it's what you said you wouldn't do in the physical world. So that's one interesting thing. And the other interesting thing is, see, TJ's looking at that thing as a behavioral, emotional payoff, you know, with saving the shipping charges, which might be true, but it's also they've gamified it that way.
Oh, I got to tell you, that's one of the things that's very annoying. They have absolutely they're not hiding that they are gamifying things. In fact, they have stuck games in it. It's probably the most annoying thing.
So they hooked you twice, man.
Yeah.
They made you a mall shopper, and then they made you.
I made a purchase the other day because the payoff was going to be a discount on something else after spinning a virtual wheel. That's exactly what you're talking about. That's exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, my dad would have.
Well,
My dad does.
Yeah, her dad does.
What is there has been a change in evolution.
Well, you can look at me and my brother. My brother, when he goes to Walmart, straight in, gets what he needs, gets out.
Yeah.
Me, I wander through the aisles because I might remember I need it.
I go shopping with a list. In fact, talking about wives for mine got upset with me the other day because I made the list and I was ready to buy it and have it sitting there to be picked up. And she's like, "Why would you do that? You can just go get it." And I'm like, "I could just go pick it up." And then she was going there, and I'm like, "Well, you could just go get it." She's like, "Never mind, I'll just go get it myself." I figure I think if she's going to the store, she wants to wander through the aisles. She doesn't want to just pick it up.
Buying something.
Say again?
The next item that your lovely bride buying.
Yeah.
You can thank me.
Thank you. Why?
Because I'm using her services.
Yeah. Oh.
I still don't get it.
She's making her money off of work for TJ. What he doesn't know is she doesn't buy me anything. She doesn't love me. Oh.
She bought you that.
Damn it! I'm foiled with real information.
That toaster.
She bought me the toaster.
Oh yeah.
I have an R2D2 toaster. Hey, we got to wrap this up. This is no longer a computer club meeting.
I don't know, man. Toasters are pretty techy.
We'll bring the toaster next week for show and tell. Well, we've got Jim and Richard. We got TJ in the background here. Showed up late. You showed up late.
Wait, can I pet your dog?
We'll get up and pet the dog.
For the late fee,
Mhm.
you get pet my dog. You get
We're holding you
Perfect. I live with
responsible.
sorry.
Late for you, zero.
I have nothing else. Richard, Jim, you guys got anything you want to contribute?
That's my point.
You could.
No.
We'll make a plan to be here next Tuesday at the same time. Jim, where are you? Are you in San Carlos? Are you going to come down to one of these meetings?
Actually, no. Linda got an infection that's a little complicated in her eye. And there's a lot of medical detective work involved. So we had to shorten our season this year. We were there barely 2 months and we're back in Colorado.
Oh, well, I hope she's okay. I'm sorry to hear
Well,
that.
I'm sure she will be, but I'll feel a lot better when we got answers.
Yeah, well, yeah. Give her our best, and we're hoping for her.
Will do. Thanks for that. I appreciate it. So I'll just have to be remote for a while.
All right. Well, I'm going to call this meeting to an end. We will be here again next Tuesday at 10 from Tequila's. Anybody's welcome to come join us. Forward this to anybody you think might be interested in our meetings. I will let them into the virtual meetings or into Tequila's. I wouldn't stop them from sitting down. I didn't stop TJ. And until then, tech on.
Gone.
Take care.
Take care, Jim.